That's why I like being here. Okay, who's going to be the first to go? Who's going to say that they got $10,000 while they're holding their check?
I wish.
I got with my check. Look at my check right now.
I found my checks.
Well, I got a couple new clients.
That's great.
That's something. It's building towards it, right?
Yeah, no, I remember talking to you this earlier in last week, and it sounded like it was real. Things are starting to really go, and it's nice to get that momentum going. It really is.
So I have, for me, I found my checks because Kevin, I sent you an email.
I know.
Did you get it?
I did, but I like using my own check.
Okay, well, I didn't know if you want to leave it up in the file.
I have a bank number on here. I got my hand over it so you don't see it. And,
Yes, I couldn't see it. I had.
and I personalized it. You know, it's to the greatest coach of all time. No. Hey, we got a few minutes. Did I ever tell you that I became the greatest hypnotist in the UK?
No.
No?
Oh.
Officially, I was named the greatest hypnotist in the UK. Well, as official as I can get, but no, so I'm working with this guy in the UK, and he went to see this therapist, and before he got to the therapist, he had told a few people, and they said, wow, you are going to see the absolute best hypnotherapist in the UK. She is phenomenal. She is fantastic. Well, when he got there and started talking to her, he was telling her about his education. He learned NLP, and he's been on this journey and learned all about psychology and stuff like that. And she said to him, she says, you know, I don't know how much you're going to get out of this, because you sound like you know a whole lot more than I do. So here is the supposed best hypnotist in all of UK, says that he's probably better than her. So when we were doing our sessions, and I'm helping him, and I helped him get over some really big stuff, he says, you know, you're a whole lot better than I am, which made me the best. I loved it. I loved it. Oh. Anyway, you can have some fun with that kind of stuff. I like working across the pond too, because they got a whole different view on things, especially, you know, in their healthcare. And when you're talking about mental health care, because I'm working with somebody who's had mental health problems for practically all his life. And so the stories are amazing. And he tells me about the time he got tasered by cops and then put down by 6 cops, because he was on the phone with a friend, and he was saying he wasn't really happy with his life and probably talking about committing suicide. And he said he had a knife. Now, when he's telling me the story, he's laughing the whole time. He said he had a knife in his hand. So his friend called the police saying that he may take his life, and he's got a knife in his hand. Well, when they rang the doorbell, he came to the door with the knife in his hands.
Oh.
So immediately they tased him, and it took 6 people to drag him off.
Oh, God.
Mental health care in the UK is fun, it sounds like. Let's give this guy a reason he wants to die. That's what I'm thinking.
It's Chris. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Chris, are you calling from home?
Which Chris?
Chris Oddshade.
Oh,
Are you at home?
yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. So who wants to go first? Who wants to tell us all about the amazing week they had, or actually the amazing week they're going to have?
I think I just did go first, so you're looking for number 2.
Yeah, okay. Do you have anything else besides the 5 dozen clients that you got last week?
Well, I'm another level of prosperity. I'm having company that I'm entertaining for Christmas, for Thanksgiving.
Awesome.
Okay, so that's prosperity to me.
Yes.
Good.
I am very, very happy for you because you usually get to spend it with us, but unfortunately,
I had to stay for 14 days afterwards, so I figured it
Yeah.
wasn't worth it, Kevin.
well, we just came in from shopping in New Hampshire and we thought we'd have to stay at our house for 14 days when we got here. I think the two governors are fighting. Is what I think is happening. So anyway, cool, very good. Who wants to go next?
I will.
Yes.
I had a wonderful interview today with Jerry. Thank you so much. It was awesome. And I just got my first story sent to me by email. It was, I don't know if any of you know John Bertuccio.
Yes.
Yeah, well, he was a coach for a couple of years with me, but we've been friends for a long time. And we talked for about an hour and a half tonight, and he sent me a story. I just saw it, so I haven't opened it up yet, but it sounds like it's going to be really good. So that's my first.
Wow.
And then I've got some more people that said they're going to be sending, but we'll see. I'm going to start doing the recording and the transcribing. Again, thanks to Jerry.
That is awesome.
And I got all my Christmas shopping done and all the presents are wrapped. I'm ready to take up. I've never been early before, but this was early. They're all ready to go with me Thursday up to New Hampshire, up to Laconia.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
And
Were you able to wrap my Christmas gift? Because I heard it was big.
I'm still working on it. You might not get it for another couple of years, but hey,
But you can't go across the border, remember?
that's right. I can throw it.
All right.
But then it would have to go into quarantine.
Yep.
And then I've got the potential for a couple new clients, and I'm all set. I'm really looking forward to Thanksgiving. I'm going up Wednesday and staying overnight. My son invited me up the day before. He said, "You don't want to be driving in all that rain." I thought, well, this is different.
Yeah, that is different.
And it'll be three of us. He and I and my granddaughter. She'll be there from 9 to 2 on Thursday. So I'm looking forward to that. And I picked up a shift Sunday with night nurse. I'm doing 4 hours for them. And
you okay with that?
yeah,
Yeah.
what's nice about it is I'm not committed to anything, but if they need the help, they send me an email, can you do it? And I decided, well, why not on Sunday, 10 to 2, you know. And my son didn't get the job. He called. They were supposed to call him on Thursday. They never called, never acknowledged anything. This is typical. And he called to let them know he was still interested. He never heard back.
Okay.
So I let it go. And that is about it. Oh, interestingly enough, I had almost an hour and a half conversation tonight with the ex-husband.
Was it?
He's down in North Carolina, but I found out that he has bladder cancer. So he's been treated for a whole year. He just finished his last IV treatment. So,
Who's this to?
huh?
Who is this?
My ex-husband.
Oh, your ex-husband. Okay.
Yeah. So we had a nice conversation. It was good. So maybe he'll put me in his will. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not nice. I'm sorry. That's not nice. But it did cross my mind.
HoOponopono it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Okay.
Going good.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. By the way, you know, the way HoOponopono works, and we knew about this before, is, you know, maybe this job is not exactly what your son, maybe there's something else coming up for your son.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll keep doing it. That's for sure. I'm gonna have it tattooed on my forehead, I think. Well, it might not fit.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Sue.
Mhm.
Who wants to go next then?
I'll go.
Sure.
So I was blessed by having this wonderful person allow me to spend time with her today. I want to say thank you to Susan for that, for interviewing. I have not interviewed in a long time, for personal reasons. So I'm grateful that my comeback call, I was called her my comeback kid this morning. So if anybody hasn't watched it, please watch it, and I'm sure she'll love to hear one of your unique stories. So it's been it's been okay week, nothing major, nothing horrible, which is always a good thing. Just laying low because we live, Patty, I'm not sure how it is in your state, but they're not shutting anything down here, and the governor of this state said nothing's getting shut down. They're not, everything's as is, except stores are making it mandatory that you wear, well, most stores that you wear masks. So I just lay low and go where I need to go and leave, and that's it. So, like I said, nothing major. But I will be looking for people to speak with. So you may be getting messages from me, Patty, Christopher, Erin, Kevin, and Lisa. And although Lisa's not here, because I really want to interview you two together for your group thing and talk about that and how you work that off of each other. That would be fun.
That editor said she wants to be interviewed.
Contact me.
I sent you the information.
Okay, sounds like a plan. But other than that, life is good. Just gonna lay low for Thanksgiving with me and McKenna, and we're just gonna, I'm gonna cook some small things for us, and that's it. And enjoy our weekend together.
Fantastic.
And that's it.
That's the thing to do. Okay, Patty.
Okay. Last week was just a crazy busy week, and I had several clients, 10, 11 appointments with clients last week, and so I was kind of getting myself behind the 8 ball with some things that the company in Indianapolis needs. And so last night I went to sleep doing HoOponopono, and I got up this morning and sat down with my artist pad that I use to plan things in. And it is all planned, and I'm meeting with, I text the guy today or emailed him and said, hey, are you too busy to meet with me tomorrow? Which is a marketing person. So we have my theme and my idea, and now I'm ready to get it all ready to go. So it felt good to do that because I don't know what was holding me back, but something was. So it's gone. Just on the personal note. So mom is still on lockdown, so we're not going to see her probably even through Christmas, but I sent her a package from Amazon today, and she got it today. So it was just word search books and a new novel and that kind of stuff, and dropped her off a puzzle. So at least she's getting something fun. Yeah. And kind of trying to keep her not from going into depression. She's been pretty much tied down since March. Yeah. So she's been out to a doctor, but that's about it. And now they can't even do that. I had to cancel one of her doctor appointments this week.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, they had but they had a total of 10 or 11 with COVID last Thursday or Friday, and I haven't had any emails saying they have any more. So hopefully they've contained it and taken care of. But they did lose one person passed away, but our county jail is full of it. COVID, that is.
Probably full of other stuff too.
So you don't want to get arrested.
Yeah, nope, they're not, and they're not letting anybody out right now. So it's like, okay. So, but yeah, I don't know. We're not doing, my two kids are not coming for Thanksgiving because I just felt it was uncomfortable having them for Thanksgiving and mom not able to be here. And that would have made it harder for her, I think. So we decided to do it later, whenever that is. And Chuck's daughter and the granddaughter's coming, just the two of them. So that's our Thanksgiving. My little 11-pound turkey looks like an overgrown chicken in my refrigerator. It's a 28-pound turkey for everybody. So yeah, it's going to be different, but it is what it is, and we're fine. So
I know a lot of people are talking about doing virtual dinners. So everybody's setting up around the table, they're putting your phone up and everybody's just connecting virtually through Zoom
Excuse me, I'm
to
sorry.
have dinner. So maybe if that might be a way to connect with everybody too, Patty.
well, I've thought about that, and it's I don't know, because I got 2 college kids and they'll probably take off and go do something else.
Yeah.
But I might with my own children. So
Mhm.
we've talked about it. So I just haven't set it up yet. So, but yeah, that is, and my daughter and I talk all the time, and my son and I've talked a couple of times here lately. So, it's not bad that way. It's just that, it's the one holiday that we just always spend that day together. So
Yeah.
anyway, but
Mm.
we'll do it later. I
Well,
said, I'll fix another turkey whenever we can get together. So,
There you go.
Well, they're going to be great buys on turkeys because saw it on the news here is they did the turkey orders last March before COVID. So they get all these big turkeys that nobody's buying.
no, they want smaller ones because that's all it was left were larger ones, even in the no antibodies or added anything to them today. I stopped at the store to pick up a couple of things because I don't want to go Wednesday, and I had a funeral today, so I stopped there afterwards. And so, yeah, they didn't have any. I got one of those few small ones because I've had it for a couple of weeks. So
Mm.
By the way, can I interject something here? Patty and I connected last week, okay, because of the aura.
uh-huh.
And, I shouldn't put that in there because of doing the aura pictures, and Sue and I did too, and Chris. But Patty and I had a wonderful one-to-one networking conversation. All right. So that we had the opportunity, I met her when she came east last winter, but, we really had more of an opportunity to, get to know each other,
Mhm.
which was really cool. And we were, I
Nice,
wanted
very
to-
nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to talking with Geraldine too. So, and Chris, don't think that you're off the hook.
no, we'll make it happen after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And same for you, Chris.
He's in
Chris,
school.
you're getting popular. It's your turn now, Chris. Thank you, Patty.
Welcome. Thank you.
Well, not too much going on. Let's see, 2 weekends ago, I actually had the opportunity to meet with Kevin and his wife Brenda and Erin, and we had a nice time just socializing and just meeting up as comrades.
There's that communist again.
But yeah, we see each other like every week, on the computer and stuff. But it was nice to actually kind of see each other, in a low key kind of setting. So that was definitely a blessing. And no matter what we talk about, whether we're talking about hypnosis stuff, anything else, it's always a nice time. So that was definitely a blessing. Really, the big thing right now is I would have to say gratitude, because I know, like, my family with this whole pandemic and Thanksgiving, usually, most of the family is together. And this year we got a small group that are getting together. And, and just, I think probably one of the nice things about COVID is just, the interactions that you have and being grateful for what you have. Because not just because it's Thanksgiving, but I think because of Thanksgiving plus, COVID and social distancing and all that stuff, I think people are really appreciating the interactions that they have. I mean, even within this, kind of group here, hearing about, people talk about their families and stuff, and how much growth we've seen. And it was actually nice because last week I actually spoke for a small group, and it was kind of interesting because it was really to talk about alleviating anxiety. But really, I shifted the whole focus because I heard people as I was kind of, it was actually in a building, but there was only a small group of people, and then it was being televised, live stream. And I heard people like out in the hallway as I was going by, really kind of, griping. So instead, like halfway through the talk that I gave, I kind of shifted to gratitude and counting your blessings, no matter what the situation is, because, unfortunately, we can't control everything that's happening, but you can control how you react to it, and specifically, and how you react to it, but also how maybe you can kind of inspire somebody else. That happened just today, and I have to say it was I was at the registry of motor vehicles, and they have like the closest one to me is 10 minutes away. Of course, that one's closed for doing registrations. So you have to book an appointment, but they're over 2 weeks out. So the insurance agent that I have, he was telling me, he says, well, you might want to try this. Down in Milford, Mass, there's a drop-off center. So basically, he says, you'll have all your paperwork and you just kind of drive by, somebody comes out, they check your paperwork, and then they'll email you. Well, I think they have so many people doing it that they can't do it that way. So instead, there's a whole line outside. On one side, it's the people who are the runners for the insurance company, then the people who are doing it privately. Last week when I went, it was like easy peasy. By the time I pulled into the parking lot, was in line, got which is really high tech because they have a sign there and you have to scan the barcode. And then it gives you a number and you have to text it inside. And then they put you on the list. And I kept thinking, well, what about, older people who don't, do the technology? So I was thinking about that. But it was like, boom, boom. I was there less than a half an hour. It was like 25 minutes by the time I pulled out of the parking lot. And so, but the problem is they sent me an email, and then they're supposed to send me a second one to pay, and then they email you your registration. Well, I never got it. So then they call again and said, well, we're resending it to you. And if you don't get it, well, then you have to come down. Well, I never got it. So what was supposed to be a, quick thing of getting it emailed to me, I'm just like, really? So now I've got to drive another time down there, which was close to 40 minutes. And now it's like cold out. So now I'm standing outside, and it's just interesting how you kind of jump on the bandwagon with other people. There was like 3 people in front of me, and 2 people were just, complaining. Oh, I thought this was supposed to be a drop-off center. And they just kept going and going. And then the woman in front of them started in on it too. And at one point I made a comment. I said, well, I'm only here to pay. I had to drive all the way back to pay. And so then next thing I know, I'm like jumping into their like negative conversation. And finally I said, whoa, no, I don't want this, you know? So I like, you know, kind of ignored them, and I just stood there, and they did not let up. Anytime they let somebody in the door, they were complaining, oh, what about them? And I was just like, you know what? They have so much negativity that, you know, to me, it blocks the blessings. So, so I went in and just talking about like the energy with other people, you know, they couldn't find my stuff. So I'm trying to be nice to the girl behind the table, you know, asking her like, you know, how's your Thanksgiving going to be different? And she was like, I said, you're looking forward to it? She's like, well, no. I said, no, Thanksgiving food. And she says, well, she goes, it's a lot different this year. I said, yeah, me too. But I said, you know what? It could be worse. You know, you know, you could be sitting at home by yourself, you know, you could be, you know, stranded somewhere, you know, and I just kind of, you know, so then she smiled and stuff. And then on my way out, I ran into the 2 security guards, and I told them, I said, I wouldn't want to trade jobs with you guys. Cause I said, everybody out there is complaining. And there was an older gentleman, and he says, well, you know what? He says, only so much you can do. I said, well, that's true. I said, so, you know, I hope the rest of your week is great. And he made a comment. He says, you know what? He says, you have just such a great attitude, because I knew you were standing in line for quite a while. I said, well, you know what? What can you do? I said, you got to go through the process. And he says, he goes, you know what? You have a good energy about you. And I said, oh, well, it just so happens I'm going to be going on this HoOponopono call later. You know, I didn't tell him that, but I'm thinking of that, you know. And then, you know, and then also Erin did my aura picture, you know, and that's all about your energy field too. So, you know what? I consider that comment the guy made a wonderful compliment, and just a blessing that, you know, somebody is getting some positive energy from me. You know, whether I'm planning to try to project that or not, you know. And I think that's kind of the big message that I've had, as far as, you know, Ho'oponopono all week and tapping. And really, I've been tapping on gratitude and just hoping that people will appreciate, you know, what they have, and not keep complaining about things. So that's that.
Wow.
Nice.
One of the things, by the way, Chris, thank you for sharing all that. But I absolutely love that picture behind you with the lights.
Oh.
That is the coolest thing.
I'll give you, hold on. Whoop, I'm on my phone. Hold on. Whoop. Let's see. Hold on. Oh, look at that. Whoop, hold on. Whoop. Gotta find the little camera thing. I'm not sure if you can see it. Whoop.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
And it's a farmhouse with a wagon of pumpkins and some just hay stalks and stuff. And it just lights different colors. I love it. It's one of my favorite tapestries that I put up in the fall.
Is that a Stephen Kincaid?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Because it looks
I
a
just
lot
saw
like
it and I loved it. And it was like dirt cheap.
There's another good thing about it.
Stephen Kincaid is not cheap.
Well, it's probably definitely not then.
It may be a replica of it, though.
It's his son, Dennis Kincaid creation. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Thank you. Yes, wonderful energy. It was awesome. And yeah, cool. You are in a very good space also right now. By the way, I did a screenshot and I got a picture of that for myself.
Oh, you could put in your Zoom background.
Yeah, yeah. Again, for those who weren't here earlier, Peter apologizes. He had to go somewhere tonight. He wanted to be here. And yeah, so we are here to, I've been gotten, I haven't gotten anything from my $10,000 check yet. However, lots of cool stuff's been happening. By the way, Patty, I want to say I did get on for the for 10 minutes or so of your event last week that you had Lisa on.
Mhm.
Okay, and she was doing some cool stuff, and then my oldest son comes in, so I had to go downstairs and see him for a little while, so I didn't catch the whole thing, but I take it went very well.
Yeah, Lisa did a great job, and so I don't know whether anyone will contact her or not, but we had I think 36 people on.
Oh,
Wow.
good.
Did they record it, Patty? 'Cause
It's recorded on our chamber website. Yes, I don't know whether a non-member can get to it at this point or not.
Yeah. Well,
okay,
it
'cause
was,
I couldn't get it. I had clients, so.
Yeah, she did a good job. I had already kind of tipped her off and said, don't get too, this is lay people in general in comparison to what we know about the brain and mind and all that sort of thing. And so she did a good job of taking some things out and doing more explanations some places. So she did a really nice job.
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Very cool. Very cool. So, yeah, I got a couple of new clients, but something excited happened just as we were talking, or right before we got on the phone call. I got there's a summit on trauma coming up in December, and someone reached out to me and asked me if I did EMDR, and I said, actually they said EMRD. I said no, I do this process called EMRT, eye movement release therapy, and it's mine, and I created it, and it's different from EMDR. And a little explanation. So this woman was saying her friend Valerie Hurd is putting this together. Valerie just reached out to me as we were talking, and I've got a Zoom call with her at 8 o'clock tonight. So I may get on this large summit on trauma, which I have a feeling is going to be a lot of therapeutic type of people in it. So that could be very, very good. So yeah, looking forward to that. I don't know if I told you guys this. I think I might have told you a couple of weeks ago that we did 4 years ago. We did this debt consolidation, and we had the $600 payment a month. It was supposed to end this year, and it went on to next year. So I called him. I said, how much do I have left, and how much, if I pay it all at once, what's it going to be? So I called them up, and they said, yeah, we have $2,600 left to pay. And they said something about, you'll get 15% discount or something. And a week went by, and I hadn't heard anything. So I called back, and I got different people, and they said, yeah, we can do this, 15%. What it wasn't a 15% discount. It was 15% of what I owed. So on the 17th, last week, was my last payment. And not only wasn't a bigger payment, you pay it all off. It was half the payment for this month was my final payment. And I'm supposed to be paying right up until April. I said, oh my goodness. So we're going to have a celebration. The way that worked is I had already, all the monies had gone towards all of paying off all of the debt. That had finished a month ago, I think. It was just really recently. And they had some extra charges, extra fees they were going to charge me. I guess they didn't really care about the fees, so they just canceled it. So that was a blessing. I mean, that was a good chunk of money just saved. So I just had Brenda verify that payment at that amount did come out, which is half the payment of the usual. And it did, and it came out exactly at the amount they told me would be the last payment. And so we're having a party. No. Thanksgiving. We had a really good time with my middle son, well, my middle child, yesterday, and he's going to come in with his girlfriend tomorrow and help cook all the stuff for Thanksgiving. Our
Yay.
Thanksgiving is just going to be 4 of us. All right. Originally, it was going to be 11, and I had to tell my oldest son, "So we'll get together with you at some other time. It's going to be too many people because we're only allowed 10 people in the house, right? And if anyone's going to call anybody on anything, my neighbor would if he saw too many cars here. He just loves to make trouble. Anyway, not that I was too concerned about it, but it was, we're just getting trying it down. And then my brother-in-law said, well, we're not going to be here. And then my daughter calls and said, well, we're going to just spend time in the house. We're not going to come over because of, that's Massachusetts rules. So we said, all right, we'll have 4 of us. Patty, I've got a 24-pound turkey.
Well, I love turkey leftovers, but that's a lot of turkey for 4 people.
Well, we were talking about turkey. Well, I got it a couple weeks ago, right?
Yep.
$8.88, 39 cents a pound.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna go for that. Bam! It's we're gonna have a big turkey,
Yeah.
and so we're gonna enjoy ourselves. We're gonna have plenty of turkey leftovers. My son and I, last night we were grinding up meat because we're French. So we have French meat pies and French meat stuffing. And so just recently I started using the grinder, and the meat's so much fresher, and instead of buying it already pre-ground. And so I'm doing stuff with my son who barely is ever around anymore. So that's been a blessing too.
That's
It
awesome.
really is. And my oldest son is going to take my wife out on Saturday for her birthday. We've got a reservation in Cheesecake Factory. Things are still, restaurants are still working here, and we can go there and we can, stay far enough apart and stuff like that. So we're going to have some fun. So the whole week is, it may not be monetary so much. Of course, that monetary thing about the savings is right there. That's really big. But it has been a lot of good things happening in our lives. So, and Brenda's actually going to be starting, I got a book coming in, a workbook that is specifically on neuroplasticity with reference to chronic pain.
Ooh, I want that.
From someone, the guy's name is Michael Moskowitz, who was featured in Norman Doidge's first book on neuroplasticity. And he healed himself from really severe pain, but he's been teaching people how to do it ever since. Brenda's doctor recommended to go see him, though she's heard so much about him. I mean, go see him in the way of, he's in California, in the way of go check him out and the stuff he has. So he produced a big workbook. It costs $50, and you go with that in the stuff that's on a site, and you work through the whole entire thing, and it's a process he has brought his patients through. So we're hoping that that's going to be something really cool, and another learning in neuroplasticity, which is pretty awesome to begin with. So there's been a lot of really, really cool stuff happening. And I know that $10,000 check is going to come through soon. I don't know how it's going to come through, but you never know what you want. And you guys, I think you guys all know this. Whenever you get a set a goal for what you want, it's not necessarily the specific thing that you want. It's whatever it is, how it's going to make you feel, whether it's going to give you a sense of security, whether it's going to make you happy, make you excited, whatever it is. And you know, whether that's a material thing like a car or boat or house or whatever it is, or whether it's, you know, something non-material like a relationship and stuff like that, it's still all about the way it's going to make you feel. And sometimes the universe can help you in do, you know, some completely different way that you're going to feel the same way, but you're not going to get this thing. And so, yeah, I never get disappointed when I don't get this specific thing I want. And maybe I'm not going to see $10,000. I won't get disappointed when it's going to be 20, but
Well, Kevin, how much did you save with that? You
well,
know,
that's
there's,
$2,300. That's
there's
$2,300 right there. So I got another 7,000 plus coming, don't I? That's awesome.
right. And the turkey, look at what you paid for a
Oh,
24-pound turkey.
yeah. Yeah, hey, you know, you're right. I've been on this path of also at the beginning of this whole thing, I really had been going for quite a while with a scarcity mindset, and I looked at every single penny, and I no longer have that. Not that I'm going wild, but when we need stuff, I don't give anybody a hard time when we got to buy stuff, and you know, I don't go for the cheapest thing, although I look for great deals and sometimes find phenomenal deals. But things have really changed for me in that way over the past several months. You can ask Brenda. She's, you know, she would always tell you that I'd be looking at every penny, and I don't. And somehow we're working it, and things are turning out and working okay for us, and they're continuing to. So in all, the Ho'oponopono is working. It's that magic thing. People go for the law of attraction, and they say they want to see that money in their checking account next week, and that's not always the deal, is it? No, it's been a path. Sometimes the universe says, I'm going to give you what you want, but you got a few learnings to do. You got a few lessons to do along the way, right? And Erin, for you, here you are. You're at a point where you're starting to get momentum, and it's been a long journey. But on that journey, you've learned a whole lot, because I've spent a lot of that journey with you.
Right.
And you've transformed yourself tremendously. Okay, so maybe that was meant to happen, because if you started getting clients a year or 2 years ago like mad, you wouldn't be into half the stuff. You wouldn't know the things you know today, because you wouldn't have gone for them, and it wouldn't have been as enjoyable. There's all sorts of things, but the universe is funny that way. The universe says, okay, you want
I
this?
may not be here with y'all. I got
Yeah,
some
you might not be.
lovely people that are here tonight.
Yeah. So that's my
Oh, I knew you.
yeah.
And Christopher too. So,
Christopher too. Yes.
Kevin, are you going to put up something about, isn't there an NGH meeting tomorrow night?
Oh, I can. I had put it in there last week. I'll put it in again.
Okay, I missed it. I haven't been on Facebook much. It's been
Going to
crazy.
talk about social media marketing for your business. Peter's doing some really interesting stuff, and I don't know if you guys know it, but you know, well, you all know that he quit his job and he's doing this full time. He's been filling his calendar.
Yep.
So he's doing some really, really cool stuff. He's really knows how to capture smokers, and you know,
They're traveling hours to him.
yeah,
Okay.
people are finding him from all over the place, traveling a lot far away. And I spoke to him. I know a few techniques he uses, and it's really cool. So yeah, if anyone wants to listen, I'll repost that in there, and you can take a look, and we'll see. All right. I have nothing else. You guys have listened to me long enough.
What do you call a kid who doesn't believe in Santa?
What?
A rebel without a clause. Oh, God.
A rebel without a clause.
Yeah. And then we have,
Is that your mother?
no, this is off of Google. Let's see. Why is Christmas just like a day at the office? You do all the work and the fat guy with the suit gets all the credit.
Okay, got another one?
Yeah. Let's see. Who doesn't eat on Christmas?
Who?
A turkey because he's already stuffed.
Thanksgiving too.
Oh,
What has 34 legs, 9 heads, and 2 arms?
9 heads and 2 arms.
Yeah. 34 legs, 9 heads, and 2 arms.
I have the faintest what this will be.
Santa Claus and his reindeer.
Oh,
Bad. So bad.
Uh,
Bad thing is somebody got paid to make all these up.
How do you help someone who has lost the Christmas spirit? You nurse them back to elf.
Oh, Jesus.
oh, that's so punny.
And with that.
All right. Anyone else have any parting words?
I'd like to wish everybody a very happy and blessed Thanksgiving.
Same to all of you.
Same to everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody have
Gary, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
And for those of you who have leftovers like Kevin after Thanksgiving, I saw a really cool thing that I want to try. You get, the egg roll wraps,
Yeah.
and you put mashed potatoes, cranberry sauce, gravy, and leftover turkey, and you fold it and you deep fry it. So it's like a Thanksgiving dinner egg roll.
Yeah, wow, that's so cool.
And since Kevin, you're going to have so much turkey, I'll be swinging by for some.
All right, hey, you're
Hey,
welcome to.
Chris, you have no idea where you live, so I don't think you can. I can. You can't.
He knows his way to Lowell. All he has to do is ask about 3,000 people who Kevin Martin is. One of them might know me. So, hey, by the way, if something good happens to a relative, is that an effect of HoOponopono?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Why
Well,
not?
my sister had some great news. She formulated this skincare product because she's an esthetician from botanicals, and she's been testing it for 7 years. I helped her with the patent application, and she's now patent pending, which means she can now sell it. No one can steal the formula. And she sells it for home use with a small oxygenator too. On the first day she got it patent pending, she sold 6 kits for $400 a piece. The very first day her clients figured it out. And,
Yeah,
so
because you were involved. That's why it would count. If you hadn't been involved, wouldn't have happened.
she wants me fully involved, like almost full time.
Spare time, Chris, Kevin.
So no, it's exciting time for her. We have a cousin in Houston who is a very successful, very wealthy person who wants to invest, and things are really, really looking up for her. Oh, and even better, she has a hair formula that she's also getting patented, that she's tested on several people, not her brother. And and Chris, you and I can be the next guinea pigs. Although all you have to do is stop shaving your head.
You haven't seen what his head looks like when he doesn't shave it.
Well, maybe you, me, and Peter, we can we can do a little tester.
Yeah, you guys can do all the before pictures, when you freshly shaved your head and then let your hair grow. So,
Kevin, that's really awesome because that's a tough market.
yes, it is a tough market. She's been an esthetician for 20 years now, and she's done really well, owned a salon and everything.
Yeah.
And she's just came up with a formula, and she has a big following. And she's been testing. She's got a lot of before and afters. And, the market for the skin filler, with filler without needles, because that's the alternative, right? Is for both consumer, because you can do it at home with your own machine, and for salons and spas.
Does this get rid of the wrinkles?
Yeah.
So could you put it all over your whole body?
Why not?
All this later.
Why not?
Ooh, that was a better laugh than the jokes, okay? I love it. I love it. I'm gonna tell her that. I'm gonna say, hey, yeah, so she is thrilled, she is excited. And you're right, it's a tough market. And we'll see where it goes from here.
The kitty. I see a kitty.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Look, oh.
That's Gracie.
Pretty gray.
That's my
Yeah.
Gracie.
He looks like mine that passed away recently. Beautiful cat.
Yeah, she's my little boo. She's the youngest girl.
Mm.
So,
Beautiful.
and how's Lucy doing?
Lucy is learning new tricks every day. When I say tricks,
Hear his sigh.
these are tricks to get into things.
Yep, they do.
Yeah, she's being all in all every bit of kitten that she's supposed to be. Yeah, she's growing like wildfire. I don't know how fast they're supposed to grow it at 5 or 6 months, but the first 2 or 3 weeks she had gained 2 pounds.
Yeah, it depends on how big she's gonna be.
She's eating all the time. Matter of fact, when you get up in the morning, you can't ignore her.
No.
She just stays with you and meows and meows and meows. But she's a lot of fun.
Feed me, feed me.
So, like those of you that have had cats, the cats love to get up on your desk
Yeah.
and
Mine doesn't.
circle around. And so, she was stepping on my keyboard and ordering all sorts of stuff. And so I figured, okay, I'm going to be nice about this. I'm going to let her stay on the desk, and I have a wireless keyboard, and I picked it up. What does she do? She turns around, she puts her paws right up and pulls it down so she can start pressing buttons. It's like there's no winning with this cat. No.
She's very smart.
Yeah, it's fun. It's been a cool journey, and for my other cat, she's finally used to it, and she's becoming a little bit of a kitten herself. She's doing things she hasn't done in years.
Mhm.
That's
So
what they do. Rejuvenation.
yeah, so yeah, all in all, and for Brenda, it's been really good. She really appreciates this cat, except at 2 a.m. when the cat wants to start stepping all over your face.
Yeah, because then they want attention. They're nocturnal.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna get another nocturnal animal like a raccoon to keep her company.
No.
My girl doesn't do that. Do you, baby girl? Yeah.
Yeah, I saw your cat last weekend or 2 weeks ago, and she's beautiful.
Oh, she actually stayed in the chair yesterday when my friend who moved in upstairs came into the room. I think she was in such shock. She was like, but she didn't dive under the bed. She, jumped down and just kind of, went in the kitchen area and just kind of looked at her like, and who are you?
Hasn't seen many people.
Well, where she came from, Patty, I don't know. The gentleman was losing his home okay, and he surrendered her. And cats don't do anything fast,
No,
okay?
yeah,
So, I mean, I've been very blessed. I've had 3 gentlemen that live in the complex here, and I have a screen door, so it was like, come on, talk to her and all this stuff. So to get her used to strangers, because I have people over, like a few people here, but it's not every day.
yeah.
Yeah.
So this way, she's been bit by bit, getting to meet new people.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
everybody have a great Thanksgiving.
Yes,
You
all of
too.
you.
Yes.
Gobble,
Great,
gobble.
blessed Thanksgiving, everyone. Enjoy your turkeys.
Yeah.
And
Whatever size it is.
Just know that
Hotel turkey.
they freeze well after you cook them. So
all right.
All right, y'all. See y'all
Thank
next
you,
week.
see
everybody.
you all
Bye,
next
everyone.
week.
Later.
Bye.
Everyone,
Happy Thanksgiving.
thank you.
Gobble, gobble.
Bye bye.
Bye.